I never felt like I fit in with anybody. My entire life, I had plenty of friends along the way, but something always felt off, like I didn't belong. Most of the time, when I'd be out with friends, I get this urge to just want to go home and have some alone time. Call it what you want, maybe I'm an introvert, a loner, or whatever. I could never shake nor understand this feeling I had my entire life. I would always be at odds with it until I had this realization that this is exactly the way it was meant to be. What's going on, guys? It's Polo Vision, and today I'm going to be talking about how being an outcast is actually beneficial to being successful and how it can transform you into the monster that you need to be in order to achieve your life's purpose. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Let's start with what it means to be an outcast. It's more than just being alone. It's feeling invisible, unheard, or even unwelcome. Maybe it's because of how you look, what you believe, or just being different in some way. Outcasts often experience loneliness, self-doubt, and even anger. But here's the thing. Being an outcast isn't always a bad thing. It's often the beginning of a powerful transformation. The pain of rejection can feel unbearable, but pain isn't just suffering, it's also a signal. It's telling us that something needs to change. Many of history's greatest minds, guys like Einstein and Steve Jobs, they were all outcasts at some point. Their pain became their power. It forced them to look inward, to question, and then to create. If you are feeling like an outcast, know this: you're not alone, and you're not broken. You're actually on the edge of something new. This is how I felt in my life ever since I was a kid. I always felt different, like I didn't fit in, and that no one can relate to me. Now that I'm 27 years old, I have a little more introspection into the matter, and I firmly believe I felt this way because I never wanted to be average. I never wanted to live the conventional path of life, which is go to school, get good grades, get a job, and then work for 40 years to finally then retire. I never wanted that. To me, that never made sense. You see, when you think different from the masses, you start to become an outcast. You cannot see eye to eye with the average person, and that's fine. I would struggle with this feeling most of my life, thinking something was wrong with me, but in actuality, there's nothing wrong with me, or anyone for that matter. Everyone is unique in their own way, and I take comfort in knowing that some of the world's most successful people were most likely outcasts at some point in their life. It's almost like it's sort of a ritual that you must go through to become that guy. If you wish to be great in life, understand that you must do things that most people are not doing, and because of that, naturally, you will become an outcast. The feeling can be overwhelming at times. It can make you feel anxious or worried because you did not feel accepted. Once you understand that most of the time being average is what will lead to acceptance from the masses, then you'll be all right. Everyone has dreams, but most people have been dissuaded along their path of life to achieve those dreams. So whenever they come across someone that's actually on their purpose, they'll feel threatened and their insecurities will start to show in such a way where they'll try to put you down and reject you. Now, let's talk about coming to that realization and subsequently starting your transformation from outcast to beast mode, from caterpillar to butterfly. When you're a caterpillar, aka an outcast, you don't have much understanding of what you are or what you're capable of. However, once you realize that all you need to do is accept what you are and then go into chrysalis and eventually transform into a butterfly, aka beast mode, the rest is history, my friend. For me, this moment was when I was sitting in my grade 11 math class and I was mindlessly daydreaming at this point. And it happened so randomly. I had this thought like, bro, I don't really want to work a 9 to 5. I want to be my own boss. I don't want to take orders from anybody. This life ain't for me. Now, this was the realization moment, but it took me a long time to actually go into chrysalis. The moment I went into chrysalis was about 3 years ago or so. I was about 25 years old at this point when one of my parents got a rare autoimmune disease called GBS, or Guillain-Barré syndrome, which caused them to be paralyzed from the neck down. Now, this was the result of taking a vaccine. I'm not going to say which vaccine, but you guys can probably get the idea here. This happened 3 years ago. So my parent was in a coma for about a month, spent another 7 months in the hospital, followed by another 3 in a rehab facility before they could finally come home, but not as the same person. but instead, now they are bedridden. My world collapsed throughout this catastrophe. My parent, who was once able to do everything for themselves and admittedly was doing a lot for me before this, now they had to be taken care of by me and my two siblings. I became the primary caregiver because, in my mind, you should never bite the hand that feeds you. It's like Kakashi said, those that break the rule are scum, but those who abandon their comrades are worse than scum. Now I spend my days taking care of my parent while still trying to create my own legacy. And although it is difficult at times, I've come to realize that this pain is exactly what I need in order to reach the next level. I have people dependent on me, and so I cannot afford to fail. This is where beast mode comes in. Now that I destroyed the old me, accepted who I am and what I need to do, nothing can stop me from here. My life is different from the average person, and because of that, I'm an outsider turned into beast mode. With all that being said, it's important that you have that moment or that why that allows you to accept yourself as someone who does not wish to be average, and then go through that chrysalis period before transforming into beast mode. The mode in which you have fully accepted yourself and are actively pursuing your goals relentlessly. You may have had a traumatic event happen to you that kind of forces you to change your ways, or you can just simply ask yourself, who am I really? Spend some time answering that question, and it will allow you to become more grounded in who you are. The transformation is hard, but it's powerful. It's about turning pain into progress. Now, an outcast is someone who is pushed away from society, but beast mode is when you choose to stand apart yourself. This transformation is about taking control and owning your uniqueness instead of letting it define you. When you embrace this beast mode, you become a leader, a creator, a visionary. You're no longer just surviving, you're thriving. Nothing can stop you in this mode, but at the same time, you know what it feels like to be an outsider and be left out, so you're kinder to others. You trust your own judgment and aren't afraid to walk your own path. You faced rejection and survived. Now you're brave enough to take risks and chase your dreams. So if you feel like an outcast right now, know that it's not the end of your story, it's just the beginning of your transformation. Embrace your journey, stand tall as an outsider, use your experience to fuel your growth, your creativity, and your compassion. If you guys found this video helpful or inspiring, give it a thumbs up, share your story in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more content about personal growth and transformation. Remember, being different isn't a weakness, it's your greatest strength. As always, thanks for watching and stay frosty, my friends.